Let's be honest, it doesn't make a difference whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, independent, or someone who still thinks that the guy Pat Paulsen would make a good presidential candidate if he were still alive, though you'll admit, if you do know who I'm talking about, that even deceased, he might have more smarts than some of the current candidates. Most everyone wonders when Republicans will stop shooting themselves in the proverbial foot over and over and over again. And that is exactly what we begin with in our final one-on-one session with presidential candidate Rand Paul, the man who believes he still has a shot come November 2016.
Republicans seem to be able to get together and raise the debt ceiling, but they don't seem to be able to cut any spending, not a penny. We say, oh, we can't cut $500 million from Planned Parenthood. It's like, why? You know, we could. The spending all expires. When the deadline comes, it all expires. Planned Parenthood money would be completely gone. You just look at the Democrats and say, you want to spend money on it? Get 60 votes in the Senate, you can have it back. They would never get to 60 votes. They would never get to a majority in the House, and guess what? Offensive spending like Planned Parenthood would go away, but also so would all the waste.
So you think the Freedom Caucus is doing the right thing in pushing the party as far right as they are?
Well, I wouldn't say pushing it far right, saying that we can't keep accumulating debt without reform. So what I've told people is I won't vote to raise the debt ceiling unless we reform government. If we'll pass a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution that says we will not spend money we don't have, I'll vote to raise the debt ceiling for a couple years until we can balance it. Short of that, I'm not going to vote to raise the debt ceiling. I won't vote for any continuing resolution that includes all of the bills glommed up together in one big ball, because that's a bad way to run government, and that's how we got to an $18 trillion debt. So yes, I think we need more firmness. We need more people to join the Freedom Caucus and say, I've had enough. Enough's enough.
All right, final question then. First day, President Paul takes office. What's the first thing you do of substance?
I would repeal thousands and thousands of executive orders that have added regulatory burden to our economy. Some of the greatest regulations as far as burden are all done by executive order, all done by the executive branch. The greenhouse gases and all those things that President Obama is pushing forward that will cost maybe trillions of dollars to the economy. Eliminate them. If you want to pass them, go to Congress. Get the votes in Congress and see if the people are with you. But one person shouldn't be able to add all of those regulations.
Democrats won't like that.
They'll get over it.
Quickly?
You know, the thing is President Obama's doing the opposite. We've never had, even when we've elected Republicans, we've never had a Republican that actually started repealing stuff. The president has great power, and I lament how much power has gone to the presidency, but a strong and active conservative, constitutional president could actually undo an enormous amount of mischief that's been committed not only by Democrat presidents, by Republican presidents. That's why it's important who we choose in the presidential primary.
I do have to admit, I like his use of the word mischief, which is an awful lot about what politics is. We have spoken to Rand Paul one-on-one all week long. You need to get to us now. Tell us via email, via Facebook, via Twitter. Has he made you change your mind about who you want for President of the United States? Has he said anything that would make you think that Rand Paul needs to stay in the race? Because Rand Paul right now is not showing up in very many of the polls, if at all, maybe 1 or 2%. Yet he still believes, and he's going after the young vote, that he's got a chance to be there in Iowa and beyond come November 2016. You tell us about it, and we'll have to talk about it, because this is a man who still catches a lot of people's ears, a lot of attentions, and they just might decide to vote for him and keep him in the race. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on the fastest 60 minutes in news. This is The Hardline.